I think obviously it was a disappointing opener for us on Friday night at High Point. We played really uncharacteristically. That's not to take anything away from High Point because they played well, but we weren't the team we work on being in practice every day. And I give my guys a lot of credit. They came out and responded by having 2 good days of practice on Saturday and Sunday. And tonight I saw us take steps to start to do the things that we talk about doing every day. I thought we ran the floor better. I thought we made efforts to rebound the ball on the defensive glass a lot better, which is going to be a key for this team all year. By no means do I think we are anywhere near where we want to be, or we're playing the kind of basketball I expect us to be playing. But I think we did take some positive steps tonight, and it was nice to see some positive things.
It seems like both High Point and Winston-Salem State, their thing's been kind of try to slow you guys down pace-wise. I mean, when faced with that, I mean, what do the players kind of have to keep in mind to go as fast as you guys want to go if the other team's consciously trying to kind of pull you back?
Well, I think the biggest part is we want to run, but starting to realize that we have to get the ball first. And having 5 guys pursue the ball off of every loose ball or defensive rebound, and then we can take off. And when you get live ball stops, it's hard for anybody to get back on you whether they want to or not. And then the second part is we're gonna run make, miss, or steal. So even on makes, just having the mentality to try to get out and run lanes, and then if the defense gets set, flow into our offense. And we did a better job of that tonight. I think when we play that way consistently, there's going to be a moment where the defense breaks down or gives in, and we start to get some of those easy baskets. And I think we saw a little bit of that in that run we made late in the second half.
Was there ever a sense in this game that maybe, especially at the beginning with the crowd being as loud as it was and as large as it was, especially in that opening alley-oop basket going crazy, was there a sense that maybe you guys were at the start were trying to put on a show instead of playing basketball here?
Not at all, in my opinion. I mean, I think.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, is there ever that like desire to just go up there and put on some highlights?
I don't think we try to go out to put on highlights.
Okay.
We just go out to play our style of play. We're going to get lots of moves, lots of fast breaks because we do play so fast, and we have a lot of backdoor plays. So I don't think we come out of the locker room saying, it's going to be a big crowd, let's put on a show. Our first #1 goal is to come out and win.
Right.
And so we know if we win, how we play, there's going to be plenty of highlights. So we don't really worry about the highlight factor.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you as a coach, the highlights are the last thing that are on my mind. And I think, that said, we have some guys that are highlight type players. I mean, Travis is just a tremendous leaper. We run actions to throw the ball up to him near the rim.
Right.
Darrell's really good in transition. We got some guys that can make some highlights, and when you play fast and get out, you like to see some of those type of things happen. But the best thing I can see is the ball going through the hoop and getting an easy basket. If it's a highlight, I could really care less. The next step to it is, though, really overwhelmed by the support, especially from our students tonight. It was just great to see them come out in such a big crowd. I think they had to pull tarp off one of the sections just to accommodate all of them. And what I'm glad is not that they got to see highlights. I'm glad that they got to do some positive things on the basketball court, and hopefully they're proud of the way we represented them and want to come back and see us.
Kind of earlier, middle of the second half, when you guys were floundering a little bit offensively, I think Darrell scored 10 straight points at that point. I mean, how big was that at that juncture in the game, you feel like?
Permit you and me to answer?
Yeah.
And then Rel?
Yeah.
It's big. We've designed our offense, and it's not a secret here, around Darrell and Travis and the things that they can do. They scored it at such a high rate for us last year in the second half of the season. Our team needs them to score at a high rate this year, and so when they go offensively, we go. And, Rel had that. I think he really kept us in the game. We weren't playing well. He hit some big shots. I think he was 3 for 4 from 3, 9 for 11 from the field. He was tremendous. And then Travis got going. And when they're both going, we're really prolific offensively. So I think, again, it is big for us, but it's going to always be big, and they're such a focal point of what we do. We need them to have big games and to do the things that they're really natural, they do really well, and it's natural for them to score.
Were you kind of telling yourself that I need to step up at this point, or kind of what was going through your mind during that stretch?
Tonight my shot was feeling good. At that time we were kind of stalling a little bit offensively, so I just wanted to be aggressive. If a good shot came, then take it, knock it down. If not, look to penetrate, kick, get everybody else involved. I just wanted to be aggressive, because we were going through a little rough spurt, but I knew that if we just stayed in it, kept going, we were going to wear them down, keep running. Different defense was going to pick up, other guys were going to step up scoring. So, my mentality was just be aggressive in that little, spurt that we weren't doing too well. So.
Now, when you look on paper, you see that Trevor scores 26 and Darrell scores 21, and you can say as maybe an opposing coach, well, if we just stop those two guys, we'll be fine. But obviously, that's extremely difficult to do. They play completely different styles. Why is that so difficult? How do you guys complement each other?
Travis, I feel like I'm more of even though I'm a little guy, short guy, I feel like I'm more of a slasher, kind of get into the paint and make plays. And Travis, he does that as well, but I feel like he's a much better jump shooter than I am. So I kind of feel like when I penetrate, that it can get him some good looks as well as everybody else. And then when he's hitting these shots like as we see he does, then guys have to play up, want him a little tighter, which can leave driving lanes open for me and other people as well. So I feel like our styles do complement each other really well and help each other get kind of in a rhythm. So
I guard him every day. So I know what other people are going up against every night, and so in guarding him, I just try to do the things that that he don't do every day. Like I know it's very hard to stay in front of him. That's just the real. He's crafty. He's short. He gets there. He can finish, and so I just try my best to be a knockdown shooter. If we need a tough bucket or whatever, I try to do that. But I don't feel like if a team comes out and says they just want to stop us too, I feel like we have so many other options that everybody else is going to play good. And so that's the good thing about this team. We have 12 guys who can go out and, like my freshman year, go out and get 20. And so it's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Yeah, and I'll say the one thing, if these two knuckleheads ever listen to me, they'll get easier baskets because I just really want them to run lanes hard so now they don't see so much defense in front of them. And they're doing a better job of that, but they ain't gotten close to where they got to get yet.
Coach, you saw R.J. White get extended minutes tonight. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, David Williams was out with hopefully a minor wrist injury. And so that really allowed bigger minutes for K.L. Locke, R.J. White, Kelvin McNeil, Taylor Hoffer. I think R.J. is a guy that our whole program knows he has a chance to be really special as a player. It's just kind of a matter of when he gets there and when it clicks. And minutes and games like tonight where he does get a chance to play extended minutes are only going to help his development. If I can get him there defensively and on the backboards, he's going to have a lot of games where he plays big minutes, but he's got to be more consistent in practice every day. But he certainly has a bright future.
Travis, is there something that goes off in your head that tells you that you can hit a 30-foot three-pointer or something like that when you're coming down there? Or just kind of, are there signs you look for in yourself that tell you that I can shoot this and I can make this?
Being a junior, I pretty much know my game now, what I can and what I can't do. As for the 30-footer thing, I knew I was in rhythm, and I knew Drew was looking, and so I knew if I could catch it in a rhythm, that is a shot that I can make because we work on stuff like that in practice almost every day, walk-up threes, trail threes type thing. So it's been something that we worked on every day, and so my confidence is high when I take those shots.
Now, Darrell, I'm sure this has been asked of you before, but you're good enough to serve. You come off the bench, and that's probably for a reason. So what do you see? What do you look for in those first few minutes, watching the game before you come on?
Those first few minutes, I really just look to see, how the defense, how they're set up. Even though we go over a lot of that stuff in scout report, but just see how the game's flowing. Those, it really gives me an opportunity to just look and see what, maybe some weaknesses in the defense that I can, exploit or, things like that. So, I use those couple minutes, beginning of the games to definitely help me see what the defense is doing, see where they're weak at, if, somebody else is going or whatnot. So I use that just to, kind of read the other team. So.
You're going into a stretch here at East Carolina, Virginia Tech, two pretty big programs. And what do you hope to kind of learn about the team by playing opponents like that?
First of all, I'm only thinking about East Carolina. I didn't even know who was after that, to be honest. We played East Carolina the last 3 seasons. I think actually this program has played them maybe even more than that the last 4 seasons. So they're a familiar opponent to us. We have not beat them yet. I think we got to go out there and play UNCG basketball every possession and hopefully be really competitive, because we haven't been that way in the last couple of years, at least as far as I've been here. So I think we're looking to be more competitive. Something we've struggled with is winning on the road and going into tough environments and playing well. We didn't do a good job of that Friday night at High Point. It's a chance to make a step and really play good basketball in a tough environment down there in Greenville. And that's is it Minges? Is that what it's called? It's a really tough place to play. So looking to keep taking steps in the right direction. And it's far less about wins and losses with me. It's about our team getting better every day. I know if we get better every day and take positive steps every day, we're going to be a good basketball team at the end of the year.
Anything else? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.